peace, love, and nothing but truth. So I'm gonna break my knowledge with you, and some things is common sense knowledge, and some things should be understood, but they're not comprehended to the way that they should be comprehended. So they feed you all this bullshit about the physical versus the spiritual, and that's all bullshit because you only need the four elements to really survive. And if you really know about the elements and you really in tune, then you're able to operate the body. You want to neglect the body and only tend to the spirit when you start getting into spirituality. And see, when you understand about the spirit, you understand that the spirit and spirituality is nothing but the breath. That's all it's really talking about. The air that you breathe. But people forget that the air is contaminated. The motherfuckers forget every day they spray this shit with chemtrails. Motherfuckers don't even understand the things that incense and certain things that you light, you breathe in, that you opening up portals and different things, entities and energies to it be able to attach to yourself. I mean, this is just common sense shit. People be lighting shit, lighting candles and different things and knowing what the fuck they be doing. And don't understand the concept of the breath and the air and the things that you breathe in. Because the air that you breathe is what gives you life. It ignites the fire in the body. That's what keeps you going. And the more that you're able to control the breath, the more that that fire is able to be able to stay lit and give you more life. If I was to cut your air supply off right now, what would happen? The body would die off because you can't operate without air. So that's how it all comes into play. The air giving breath, giving life to the fire inside the body. Water is an important element that we know that we need to put inside of our body, but a lot of times we neglect the shit. And we're told that we need to, get into almond milk and drink all this, etc. All that shit's okay. But let me tell you something. Your body is made up of 60% water. Your adult bodies is. This is studies. I know that we heard 70% and all this other shit, but that's actually more found in children and adults. The adult body is made up of 60% water. So let me tell you what is the rest of your percentage of your body made up of then? What we consider to be the land mass, which is the earth, which you will return to because you will one day die. So you have to remember that. Just like Bruce Lee said, you have to become like water. And water being the sustainer of life, that without it, you can die without water. All of these elements and different things can drown you, kill you in its own way. You ever go outside and it's strong cold air or a breeze goes by and takes your breath away? Elements can kill you. It's nothing but energy. So when you understand what you're breathing in, then you understand that you're breathing in the energy and letting it go. That is even the process of meditation. This is simple as fuck. To get in tune with the body, the physical. Because see, this is nothing but your car. And if you don't keep the car tuned up, it's going to eventually break down. So what you eat is also important, which comes up amongst the land. That's why they tell you to eat healthy, eat right. You don't need to have different meats and things, even though we do consider, a lot of times we do eat meat and different things. But understand, we taking in entities and different energies off of that food. Why do you think it is told that you're supposed to bless your food? Or why do you think people bless the people that even prepare their food? Because of the breath that when they're making it, their energy and what they put into it can also be contained inside the body. I mean, this is the elements. And if you learn to be in contact with the physical, then you're able to operate on a higher spiritual because the body is getting in tune. And then you're able to go out in nature and different things and be able to tap in into higher consciousness because you're in tune already with your body. The spiritual was nothing but getting control to be able to have control to be able to operate the body, to have more power over the body, because all of this is nothing but mind and will. That is the secrets of what they consider the black magician, the sorcerer. The will to know, to keep silence. This is occult practices. This is why they don't share these secrets. This is why a lot of everybody is lost. Because they're not even in tune with their own body. They can't even, that's why do you think yoga, all of that stuff plays a different part of tapping into consciousness? Being able to bend the body like you never get to have control over the body. And when you reach that higher level of understanding and you do right by the body, then you understand that you don't need a lot of this bullshit. A lot of the bullshit that they're teaching you is only just here to keep you alive a little bit longer. And hopefully that maybe one day you will be able to tap into what it is that you know, or figure out what can work for you while you're here on this earth. Everybody's journey is definitely different. And when you become in tune with the body and the spiritual self, which I don't even call the spirit, because everybody wants to be in contact with the spirit, but not in contact with the soul. See, I move with the soul. Because you know the soul is nothing but light. And you need light to be able to live as well. A sustainer. It sustains us. That's what helps you grow. That's what, when it hits your antennas on your hair, it gives you information. That's why you shouldn't be cutting your hair. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on to all these practices, but we do it each and every day. We don't follow by the laws of nature because you don't really understand how the elements really operate. And everybody doesn't operate that way. I mean, and once you understand the reason also why it's important of what you put inside your body, think about it. I mean, if you're drinking cola, pop, and different sugars and all that shit down, that's what's killing the fire. That's what's killing you down and breaking you down. That's why you're able to get certain diseases and different things like that. Because it's like putting oil on water, right? So then, if your body is polluted, and if you're eating things that are polluted, of course, your consciousness is going to be polluted as well, to a certain degree. You're not fully tapped in. I'm not perfect. We all not perfect. Everybody's journey, and everybody has their own different understanding of different things. But once you understand, though, even though I can give the information out, it's up for us to be able to live by that. Eventually, one day, you know what I'm saying? Or however long it takes you, just practice, and it gets better and better. And sometimes it's harder and harder, because who would think like, oh, I don't want to drink water all day, because your mind is already set on the things that you love. Certain addictions, from candy to Acedra chips, all of that shit pollutes us. But we eat that shit. I'm a victim as well sometimes. I'm not perfect, but I have knowledge and understanding of how these things operate. It's up to you. I mean, this is how you become the master of yourself. And when you learn about nature and getting in tune with nature, then you understand that how nature works. You need water to water the land for the plants to grow, the sun. This is all this. The fire, the light, the water, the earth. Same thing with the body. What you think the body is. So why do we keep fighting the physical? We're saying we don't need the physical. They want y'all to be stuck on the fucking spiritual shit, and then you not be able to operate the car that you in. And that's why you running around here. We all running around here confused. Some of us running around here confused because we taking in different entities. All that breath that you breathe, you can be around somebody and just absorb their energy. Breath, touching somebody. I mean, all of this shit plays effects in our everyday life. The things that we see as soon as we tune in, the lights, the dark. I mean, this shit is simple. Become a master of it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just giving you the information. I ain't a master, I ain't perfect of it, but I do know how this shit operates. And it's time that we learn to be able to operate on a different level. And then we'll have better understanding and be able to communicate and talk to each other instead of being separated and divided. You want to separate your separate your spirit from the body, that's fine. But see, what matters